All right, let's talk about it. Smokey had the sashimi from Prodigal, Skittles, lemon cherry, mochi mix, indoor flower consumption. I wanted to run this report as I seen it yesterday, and when we were here on Tuesday, where there was only like one report or maybe none. I can't remember, but we needed to run it. We got to make sure we stay up to what Smokey's saying there in California. So when I put mine out, you have a comparison, right? Because you should be able to have a comparison. Everyone's palate is going to be different. Everyone's going to enjoy stuff for different reasons, bro. Nobody's answer is technically wrong. See, now the problem is not necessarily them, but like, you know, growers and people that are in the community, they kind of like, they act like their shit don't stink, bro. And if they get constructive criticism, it's a problem. Now, in rap, if you get constructive criticism and you have a problem with it, you'll get scolded over that. It's kind of like, yo, bro, this is part of music. It's part of being better at what you're doing. Growth. Isn't that what we all want? Is growth, right? Let's go into this a little bit here. I want to go on the packaging for first. The Za'Shimi bag is vibrant, playful, rocking a sushi-inspired fisherman design that pops with color, collectible appeal. It sets expectations high for something that exotic inside. So the concept of it, I think Smokey's going off of too, by the way, is like his mind state is like, all right, I'm getting this package. I haven't opened it yet. I'm just looking at it and it looks like I want it, right? Something that we're interested in it. So I'm like, hey, it's okay. It's all right, you know? So let's go back to it real quick here. So I think I don't think that packaging is the end of the world. I just think that if we're giving us all a fair rating, we're breaking down like everything from, front to back. We're not going to cut any corners and give you guys a half-assed response because it's not fair. If someone shows up, listen, in California, let's just talk California for a second. In Cali, excuse me. I took a dab a second ago and I'm cooked. In Cali, motherfuckers are trying to squeeze you for ace, right? This is just it. So, say that most of the people that sell bags, maybe like this, for instance, would be somewhere between 40 and 80, right? Some of those bigger brands, they're getting a lot for their ace. They're getting like $60, $75. They're getting like 120, 130 a quarter. Like they're getting big money on bro, I remember when I first moved to Sac, people were buying pounds there for $5,000. It was insanity. I don't want to say any names because I don't want to start blurting stuff out, but I know exactly, like, they're big brands. People were paying good money for that shit, bro. So I think that packaging in California and overall it matters, right? We're gonna talk about that here in a second, but let's get over the rest of this Terp report because I don't want to go on that too much because I can rant for an hour on that. Flavor and effects on the pool, smoke is smooth, but the color mirrors the nose. Suitable candy tones, a little punchy behind them. Where it redeems itself, the resin production joint burns with a heavy resin ring that sticks out. Okay, I fucks with it. Effects are balanced, delivered an uplifting head high up front before easing into a calm body relaxation. I think Smokey has listen, I set Smokey up with Adobe and showed him how he could add everything every time he types it out. And this man has been getting cracked out at this shit now. It's over. I'm sorry, I'm kind of blind. These aren't the actual reading glasses. These are just the ones that have the cool little flip-up lenses. I should have probably just used the flip-up lenses, and then when I was ready to lock in, just lock in, you feel me? Just, yo, clip that. Clip that. Clip that shit. All right, anyway. Thank you. I got this sippy cup because it looks like Reptar. Respectfully. All right. Flame rating 3.8. Za'Shimi looks great. Smokes clean with impressive resin output. The lack of standout smell and flavor holds it back from exotic tier status. Solid, but not a must-have appeal. Oof. 3.8 out of 5. I still think 3.8 is still pretty good. Um, if we're just locked the fuck in, feel me? I still think, honestly, bro, like I said, I still think that 3.8 is relatively good out of 5 stars. So this is why I changed, and this Smokey's setting is great. And I really love and appreciate both of ours for what they are. Because I started getting weirded out and probably overthinking it. Like, oh, if I give somebody a 3.2, it's so close to 5 that it's like they're near perfect. But then you give somebody a 9, it's like near perfect too, right? But then like if it's broken down into a different setting, like all of these are how he gets his score, right? And so I wasn't smart enough to break it down to the little points. Listen, Smokey's a much smarter guy than me. Very talented dude, and he's working very hard on this, man. I'm real proud of him. It gives you a breakdown overall on what you're looking for, what you're getting, your first look, your aroma, your flavor and effects, your recommended vibes even. If you just need to figure out what you're getting it for, you're like, all right, I'm going to go out to the beach for the day. And there's probably a recommended vibes for that. And Smokey will be the first one to tell you. I don't smoke as much flower as everyone else does. I smoke mostly rosin. I'm not going to cap. But that's okay. Everyone has a preference. That's the beautiful thing in cannabis. Anyway, follow the Terp report, man, on all outlets, man. We just broke past 90K in just 1 month span, bro. 1 month. I just dropped the Terp report. Washington Candy Rain by High Tide Cannabis. We talked about it a little bit right here. Full video is up already. You can watch it. And, if you're in Washington or in California and you'd like to be a part of the show, send me a fucking message, man. Let's talk. We'll get you set up. We have some sponsors already locking in. We have plenty of people ready to work. Let's build some more. All right? We out.